Everybody, and welcome to another Bikes video. And today, guys, we got some kind of interesting, a video I was not expecting to make, but I watched another YouTuber's video. His name's MXB Nate, and I'll put the link to his video in the description. But I was watching his video, and he was giving his thoughts on kind of the current state of MX bikes and the two different bike packs that we saw released, the new OEM update, and then obviously the factory bikes. And he actually thinks the enduro bikes are the best bikes in the game right now. I think they're the most fun. They're still on top. And I was kind of interested by this because I made a video probably 5-6 months ago, something like that. It was a while ago, where I compared the OEM bikes, the current OEM bikes at the time, to the enduro bikes. Okay, if you don't know what the enduro bikes are, they're basically just the Beta 16 OEM bikes that are basically reskinned. And I'm not sure. I don't know too many technical details, but that's what I've been told. Beta 16 reskinned. I think there was maybe a physics change to them or a tire change, something like that. But that's about all that's been changed with them. And I made that video, and I was actually running quicker motocross times on these enduro bikes than the OEMs. But I kind of forgot I even made that. I think everyone kind of moved on from that. And now today, basically, I'm going to be just testing these enduro bikes, seeing how good they are. And I mean, so far, you guys are just watching me ride right now. Like, these things freaking cruise. I'm gonna go over that rut because I suck at the game. But overall, for these bikes being, basically built to be meant for enduro, they do really good on motocross. And at the end of this video, we're gonna go to Supercross as well because I want to test it on there. And if it does well on that, on a stock setup, by the way, that is just absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say, but hit that some at that like button. And yeah, we're just gonna be chilling today. We're here at the 100 Bros compound made by JV. Link to this track will be in the description, or this compound, I should say. There's a lot of tracks on here. And we're just gonna be ripping this thing around and be talking about kind of how it feels, because I never got to experience Beta 16. I got this game like halfway through Beta 17, and I like the bikes in Beta 17. There was a lot of people that actually left the game when the Beta 17 bikes dropped. I never really understood that. I like the Beta 17 bikes. Sure, there were some weird Poboso issues that Beta 18 kind of figured out, but overall, I kind of like the bikes. They weren't too bad. And so this is Beta 16, the one before that. And this bike feels great. Okay, it feels a lot lighter, but not super light. I feel like the factory bikes, the one major criticism I have with those is they're so light, man. Even the 4-strokes, super light. I never really understood why they are. But mind you, they are still sort of in a beta format. They haven't actually fully released. That's what the factory guys are saying. That's why you don't see the KTM and stuff like that. So that's not even a full release yet. I mean, they are still new bikes at the end of the day, so I'm not going to sit here and roast them. That really is like one of the only critiques, though. And the reason I feel like the front end on those bikes, too, is a bit janky might also be because of the weight. Maybe it's a tire thing. Maybe it's something else I have no idea about. But with how light these bikes are, the front end is very surprisingly stable. And I almost never get front tucks on these bikes, which is a problem I think we kind of had in Beta 17, because the front was like fairly loose. But with this bike, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's super smooth. The tires are fairly interesting. They do have a lot of grip, I will say. And one of MXB Nate's arguments was that he thought the bikes now are a bit too helpful, a bit too stable. He likes how these bikes kind of throw themselves around and the back end kicks around and stuff like that. And it adds to a bit of a challenge. And I think I'd kind of disagree with that. I feel like just riding these bikes so far, they're actually fairly easy to ride. And maybe it's just because I'm used to Beta 17 or kind of used to the feel of these bikes. Maybe that's why. I have no idea, but I think these bikes are pretty easy to ride compared to the current OEMs. And factory bikes, but they are fun. Like, these bikes are fun to ride. If you guys don't know, I'm on the Enduro 2 class. I'm on the Gas 300. Now, I don't know much about 300s or just Enduro bikes in general, but this kind of just feels like a 250 with a little bit more power. Oh my god, I'm off the track here. I cannot wait to go to Supercross, dude, because I'm actually really interested to see how these bikes perform. The suspension stock is pretty darn good. It feels a bit loose, maybe a bit too soft, which to me hasn't really been a problem. Like, the bike rarely ever bottoms the suspension out. That's a problem I've seen a lot with the new OEMs and factory bikes. The suspension seems to bottom a lot, and I don't really know why that is. If it's because of the the center of gravity or the weight or the force, whatever the hell the numbers are that they change. I, again, have no idea. But this doesn't really have that. You know, you can case jumps, land on that back tire. You're not going to fall over to the side. It just, to me, feels like a smooth experience. And I've seen a lot of people say they miss Beta 16. And I've never really been able to, like, hop on that bandwagon because I never experienced it. But these bikes kind of give me a glimpse into what that felt like. And I think it feels pretty good. You know, this is a free pack on MXB Mods. You guys want to test it out. I want to know what your guys' opinion is in the comments. And I feel like there might be a lot of people watching this that didn't really even know these bikes existed, or they saw them and they're like, oh, Enduro, I don't do Enduro. And so they just never rode them. So I really do encourage you to give these a chance and try them out. I will say with the tires, though, they seem to be kind of like the older tires where they break traction. But when they break traction, they break like full traction. It goes from 100% traction to 0 real quick, which is something that I think has sort of been patched with these new OEMs and factory bikes. There's sort of like an in-between in the traction, which obviously is more realistic. But other than that, like, I don't know what it is. Like, even there I landed a flat and there was no suspension bottoming at all. It just took the hit, survived it, and I think in some cases that can be a bit unrealistic, but in other cases I think it can be way more realistic than the bikes we have now. In some ways. And this isn't to hate on the bikes we have now. I love the factory bikes. I love the OEMs. There's parts of those bikes I don't like and don't care for, but that's going to be with every bike that ever releases in this game. We're never going to get a perfect bike because everyone has different opinions. Everyone thinks differently. Everyone sees, you know, differently. No one really sees eye to eye. And I think that's fine. But my consensus on the new bikes is that they are good, and this bike is very good. So I don't know, man. Like, it's my opinion. Nate has the same opinion as me. Maybe you guys will too. I'm gonna go for a heater now, though. I'm gonna quit my blabbering and just get schmooving. Start sending it a little bit. You can see a bit of a front tuck there, but I was also going Mach 90. There's also ear on the track, and this track, ear's decent, but in some spots you can see that rut there, it gets a bit sharp. You can see it's like, I don't know, it's so easy to manipulate this bike around, and it seems to do exactly what I want it to. Even there, like, I cased that, a little bit of a Pabobo bounce, which is a bit unrealistic, but I didn't crash, you know. And again, this is completely stock setup. I'm gonna go inside right here. And these bikes seem to do pretty well when you're on the brakes. With the new OEMs and factory bikes, when you're on the brakes, it feels like the bike, like, sometimes you just go over the bars. Like, it just completely endos. I don't really get that feeling on these bikes. Let's see, let's brake for this corner. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It just feels nice, man. It just feels good. And we're currently on a bit of a burn piece here. We're ahead of our Ghost. Last time, what, 2:07? I don't really know what a good time on this track is. I'm guessing it's low 2 minutes. Yeah, they turn on a dime. Decent stock suspension. Feel good in the air. I think they feel a little bit too free in the air, I will say. Like, they feel super free, like you could do any whip you ever think about. You can see I'm almost kind of pulling an oppo there on that little gap double. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for motocross. We're gonna go to Supercross, which is where I'm really interested to see how they do. And yeah, see you guys there. All right, guys, we're here at Anaheim 1, a track that I do know pretty well. So I do want to come to this because if it is bad in Supercross, then obviously I want it to be known because this is a track I know. So if I don't ride good on this, you know the bike is not good in Supercross. If I ride good on it, then you know it works. And as you can see so far, I've had 2 great runs through the whoops on a completely stock setup. And this bike feels like a joy, boys. I'll say one thing about these bikes. They are fun to ride. That I can guarantee you. You know, they may not be the most realistic. They may have a few problems still. But these enduro bikes are fun to freaking ride, and this is just one of them. There's a bunch of different types, a bunch of different kinds. There's 3 different classes. I think there's probably like 8 or 9 bikes in each class. So there's a ton of bikes to look at and choose from. And this, again, this is just one of them. This is the 300, the Gas 300 in the Enduro 2 section. Oh, God. And we're just going to see what kind of lap times we can run. You can see a 102.1, pretty decent time for my first lap. And something I'm noticing right off the bat is, I don't even know what I'm saying, is when you turn in these 180s, I feel like with the current bikes we have, at least with the OEMs, you get some wheel shake. And you can see the front end just kind of starts shaking, and you're like, what the hell is that? And probably still happens on these bikes a little bit, but I feel like I can really turn these bikes, and I'm not getting that wheel shake at all. Which adds a lot more confidence to my riding, and I can enter these sections with a lot more speed, which makes the triple ends easier, and just the track easier itself. But I'm just so surprised, you know. I thank you, Nate, for making that video, because I would have never even like had a second thought about these bikes. But yeah, I remember back to the video I made where I compared these to the OEMs, and these bikes were like, I actually thought they were better, which is insane to say, but you know, it's not just because they're running better times. They just feel great. I don't know. Stock setup, stock everything. I'm just extremely surprised. So we're having a lot of fun here. I'm gonna try to beat my best lap. It's gonna be hard to do though. This lap's looking quick, but we can do it. The Jan can do it. He just needs to get a little bit schmeezy. He needs to start scrubbing some things. I'm gonna start getting after it. Scrub the Quadalicious. Gosh, I'm greasing that. Jump in. Look at that. Cased it. Everything feels good. I think these bikes would definitely make the game easier. That's my opinion. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think it's whatever helps the game grow at the end of the day. There's obviously still going to be a skill gap. But, at least for people around my skill level, I think it'd get a little bit easier. Because I am absolutely schmoving right now. It's a 101.8 right there. My goodness. I'm surprised how well it takes these whoops. I mean, if you're a newer player and you're trying to ride these whoops, you're probably not even going to make it through them. They're actually pretty hard whoop sections. At least this one is. This thing just attacks it, bro. My goodness. Bro, this might be my favorite bike, and there might be other bikes in this pack that are better. Or maybe I just found the gem. I have no idea. This is insane. Go on that. Scrub that. Oh, come on, baby. This might be the lap. Okay, yeah, you can see right there how it goes from like, you got traction to just zero. You just slide like on ice. But I think that would just be a tire. Just update the tires to the current ones and it would feel good. I have no idea. So I'm guessing these are still fairly old tires. There was an update on these this summer. I'm not sure what they changed. I think it was a physics thing though. Or maybe it was a tire thing. Something to do with hill physics. Come on, bro. I need to beat this lap. This is going to be a quick lap. It's going to be like a low 1 minute. Oh my god. I love that I can case stuff and still hit the next triple pretty easily. Oh my god. I really have to just say the suspension. Like, that's what I owe all this to. The suspension feels great. And I even said it was a softer suspension, so I'm surprised it's, like, performing as good as it is. Alright, this lap right here. This is gonna be the one. Come on, baby. I wish I could do a race on these, but no servers have them. Hopefully after this video I see a couple servers on the Enduro bikes. Come on, baby. I like the sound of it, too. It doesn't sound too bad. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. I'm mega dead. Come on, find a way. Still recover pretty easily. Oh, I'm dead. See, like, even in sections like that, I mean, should I have crashed there? Yeah, probably. But it doesn't, like, do the Pabobo physics. It still feels like it's consistent in the way it rides and the way it messes up. It just doesn't feel like you get any weird front-end things or back-end things. It just feels super smooth for whatever reason. Jumping this way. I'm gonna try to triple into this. Oh, you can see there, just instantly lost traction. Alright, right here, bro. I gotta stop, bro. I gotta get this freaking time. Alright, good run through the whoops. Inside, get over this box jump. Easy through the whoops. Another thing, it feels like you can get the front end up much easier, which I think is more realistic than the current bikes. Oh no, I lost a lot of time there. Oh, that line was quick. Turn. Oh my god. Tuck in here, see what happens. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it, Johnson. Oh my god. Okay. The Jan needs help, bro. I need something. Okay, one more lap. Come on. This is it right here. End of the video. End it with a bang. Or if I go sub 101 here, I'm gonna go insane. Johnny? Okay, this is a terrible start to the lap. Come on, baby. Oh. There's no... Okay, bro. Nah, these bikes... I love these bikes, bro. That was so stupid. Oh my god. I mean, I actually almost made it out of that predicament I was in there. Okay, yeah, we're out of chunder. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we've kind of burnt out our potential on these bikes so far. But let me say something, man. These bikes are fun. You guys need to download them. Link will be in the description. Give them a try. See what you think. Maybe you disagree with me heavily. Maybe you agree. Maybe you like, oh my god, it's the best bikes ever. I don't know. I rode them and I was like, dude, these are actually really good, and someone's gonna have to say something about it. And so Nate said something and I said something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.